Good morning, friend. This is Jeff Arcos. Welcome again to the daily webinar. Today is Thursday, 1st of August 2019. Remind you, this webinar is not meant to be a financial advice. This is only an education presentation. So please consider time and condition before you continue. Same when you're receiving this recording. So we'll thank God for another day into my life and I pray His blessings today. In Jesus' name, amen. All right, I'm sorry that I didn't know that the link was expired. So when I just went there, just the time to log in, I find out that, and so I have to create a new link. So Monday, tomorrow, you will receive a new link that will last again for quite a while. All right, so let's do that. Today, it seems like the pound. It has big news tonight. I believe at the moment the pound we should just leave it alone for yeah, it's gonna be such a hectic news. Plus the non-farm payroll tomorrow. So, so yes, I think that you know once the market has run like that, it's quite incredible. But yeah, anyway. So then we have after midnight we have ISM manufacturing PMI at 12 midnight. So 12 a.m. Okay, so let's get into the chats for Thursday, and then we're going through that to the web. And here we are. So pound New Zealand today, Thursday, 1st of August, we have um, as strong as I say, the market has come back. Now, when I want to see one of the three strategies can fit this one there, I don't have one. So if I look in the weekly trend line breakouts, this is my weekly trend lines, and the daily is too far away from that. So that's number two. If I want to see that number two, which is the weekly candle close strength, the market has retraced too much from to think that we can get that one. So number two is finished. And if we look in the weekly retracement, it's actually retracement on the bearish side, not on the bullish side. So therefore, there it is. Now, this is a nice break. So if you want to trade here, you can actually maybe put it 1/4 of your lot size, just because that's a high risk trade. It still can work as maybe we have a double bottom of the market, but it doesn't fit in any of our three strategies. Okay, and plus the news tonight with the um, pound is gonna be very very great. So New Zealand yen is continue his run after the market pop up from here, and that it is. So that's nothing new that we have from that. New Zealand US the same. So yesterday just continue trailing this one. The New Zealand now we are in a quite incredible level of support. That's the new monthly low as well. So we're looking now when we look in the New Zealand yen, you see this is what we see the market 3 months down, one up, in the first week down. That was the first. So actually, after 3 weeks down, the market did hit, and that it is. So you see, even looking from the big picture, you can go all the way through, and that's it. So that's how I am. I'm looking here, and this one could go big time from that. It's the first right in the break where we wanted. And this one, if I do now the Fibonacci targets here, my God, it would be a huge run now from there. So same with this one. We got 3-4 months down, 1 month up, first week, and that's the run. So if we look in the first week, so that's the only way we can look, that there. So we did a trade, we did then maybe now looking for a new entry into the market over there. Euro New Zealand is quite interesting where it's coming and pop up from there, and it has run without any stop. All right. Now, and again, I just put that line because it looks to me that that's the golden point. I'm not too sure whether I should be looking to go short. I won't. The market is too strong for that. Uh, but yeah, so that was that. We did a small trade from there, get out of. But that's what I mean. The Donchen 20 works quite okay, following and trailing those moves over there. So we did a little bit of profit from that, and that's how it's going down. Pound Australia. So the same thing, if I'm looking, should I be looking to go long over there today because of that? So the midpoint, I was, unfortunately, I missed that big run. So I tried to look from here, and that could happen. But 23 pips here, 22 pips over there, only two tries, and then out of the market. Yeah, it just was, I wants to test the E8 anyway, and we didn't know this is gonna bounce from there. So yeah, so that was there. But the EA continue working on a beautiful scenario, because if it trades from the break, the stops can be a bit bigger, and and that's good, alter the EA is working excellent over there. Pound Canadian, we looked at trade, that's where the break was. So, and again, the market, so I was looking to go short, so the market just to the midpoint, not the break, the market went up, came back, touched the line, put a trade, and that's the trailing. I have it at 20, so 10 pips has done it, so that's not too bad. And after that, it did not present another ABC. Those ABC set up in the 8, it really will make a big difference, in your trade, because of the EA do the thinking for us instead of us looking for that. So the same monthly, he finished pound Canadian very, very strong from here. Every week that retrace is being an opportunity just to continue going down, 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 down. Very interesting. Pound US, we just finished that trade with 240 pips, and as I say, that's there. I don't know the future now. Today, the pound is actually quite strong. As you see, it's on a 46. The US is being strong as well. Now, at the moment, is taking a give it. But 240, is there in the market. That the daily candle, it looks for me quite an interesting retracement. So, like I said, the run is done, and the pound can turn around, especially with the news that's coming tonight for this one here. Pound yen. Um, we got at like I said, I missed that old run. So here is the next comeback pulls, and got with 18 pips off. As I said, at the moment I'm chasing the market more than anything else. It's just with all these hiccups that we have. Yeah, the market is there. So it could be an excellent week for me, but all mucking around is being stopped. Now I forgot to look the monthly over here. So the monthly, that was a good monthly retracement right over there with a weekly down, and that's the for the pound yen. On the euro yen, so all the euro crosses has actually sort of kind of support. So it's quite interesting what is happening from there. So there's a big break of the euro yesterday. So the pound is going strong and the euro. So one of these, they're not like that. So I don't know if anyone know what happened with the pound yesterday. It's I guess maybe the new prime minister or something that is, poking these things. But the normal euro and the pound, they're always going in the same direction. So this strength is put me to alert that one of these are wrong. So tomorrow we'll see, especially with non-farm payroll is coming. But today the opportunity is there. So I put the number 3 because that's what I see. This is a weekly retracement with a day down, and that's a nice ABC, by the way. And that's for there. If I would have come 12 hours, which I just that I was no into that. And Wednesday normally I have every 2 weeks, every fortnight I have meetings in from church, so I couldn't come up there. And I did not have a signal yesterday to go short with this one, so that's what it is. So we'll see today. Euro US the same, very it's not just going easy, just break here, go there, break here, go there. It's just going down and up and now down. So big news for yesterday for the euro negative and for the pound was positive. So something is not right. So the monthly has finished down. So that was a monthly up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 months down, 1 month up, and that it is when this catches has to sort of kind of happen around there, and that's the run. So we'll see. Euro Canadian, yesterday we were looking somewhere over here. So there we are. So the market, once it moves, I think 40 pips, put a break even. The break even got triggered, and the new ABC go over there. So I did 10 pips, so there was able to be more into that. So I don't know. I got break even 40, could be 50. It's very hard to say we got the right number to for the break even. As well, you can, if the market reach some place, maybe you can put it maybe just about the entry instead of doing this. This is normally what it happened. But anyway, back into that trade with a small sort of 10 pips risk, I think, and hopefully it will continue going down. On the monthly, we got to continue coming down. So doesn't look the euro is really weak across the group, so it doesn't look anything more. Euro Australia too strong to go short, I believe. If this was the retracement this week over there, I would expecting to have something around here. So the moment we cross the line, I believe this is going to be some kind of soon to do bullish ABC. So now all the crosses of the euro, the euro presents some strength as we look around here. And now here on the monthly, we have a beautiful ABC. So the first, after this retracement, the first candle up, that would be much beautiful on here to go long. And yeah, time will tell us, but not today. Australian yen, we got over there, and the monthly, look at it again, 1 month up, the beginning, that was the trade, and that is the run. So how, this really can be very long trades, if you look, the big picture, when you come at the month, you look over there, first week down, or even the first strategy, the trend line breakout, it will actually justify this monthly like that. And once in the trade, don't worry about putting a trailing stop, just do the Fibonacci calculation here, and it can really go big, 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 big moves. So far now here, we only need to continue waiting for the retracement. Once the retracement, oh yeah, Rita's been having a lot of issues. Okay, let me just send the text. M51 and 51 588 405. Okay, so hopefully she's signing up from there. So all right, so that's there. So that's I think the bigger that we keep our eyes on the top, it can really make beautiful runs. Even if we are over here in the top, and you say, okay, I want to capture the strategy number 1, there it is, or wait for the strategy number 2, it would be right over here. And then, we can actually take advantage of these nice pullbacks. Swiss yen is interesting where the Swiss yen is at the moment is not that clear. We got a negative sort of kind of there. The Swiss yen is in a very low in the weekly. Um, but yeah, it would be this is the weekly, so we got some kind of ABC on the daily, but it's not that clear. We are now in the bottom list, which is, the Swiss is very very weak. The yen is strong, so the Swiss yen could continue going down. The main thing is where my risk it is in the 30 minutes, so 20 pips. I just don't give it more than that, and we'll see what happens tomorrow. Canadian yen is interesting looking that it is. So there's a monthly up. So everything indicate for me that this one can turn um yeah some kind of retracement. Now it has the whole month has going nowhere. So but that's the opportunity possible we have over here as the market present the change over there. And yeah, so Canadian yen, we'll see how react today. And then put the ABC and that's it. US yen, we were looking to go short. According to what we see over there, there was a nice sort of kind of it's being resistant. So it fell, 20 pips is gone. But now we're looking, actually, this one I should be, forgot to correct this one there because I'm looking to go long with this one now. Um, I'm looking to go long with that one. I forgot actually to set up. Which one is this? The P. Um, US yen. So there we are. And this one, I look over there. Just put it over there. So we got the weekly is up. So this will be a strategy number 2. Oh yeah, that's the reason I didn't do because the both it can work. At the end of the day, it looks to me, when we see at the bottom, it looks to me that it could possible work. We got a strong weekly, by the way. US is very strong compared to the yen, so 94 to 19 on the weekly. So this one's definitely could maybe go against that against what we see over there. So I forgot to mention. So this for me would be the strategy number 3, 2. TeamViewer always slow down my computer when I put it there. So number 2, looking over there. And this one as well could have a nice targets over there. So there we are. Oh, where are you now? There you are. This was the P over there. Okay. All right. So this is the one. Where we were. So now I don't know if this refresh. Yeah, it is. So that's refresh. So that's nice sort of kind of breakout from there. The US yen normally react in the Asian markets, which is now. So that's what in this one is preferred to trade in that one there. So we'll see. Australian US monthly, beautiful monthly up. Instead of waiting for the weekly, we could do the trend line breakout. And look over there, we just took half of that run. And now definitely a nice pullback could the market there. So yeah, it's amazing that every monthly pullback is being an opportunity to go short, to go short, to go short, to go short. With all that the hassle, that's a very incredible way of of looking at this one over there. Unfortunately, got to stop out with that one, 10 pips, and that's it. So that's the US Swiss. Now we got the strike number two. This is the weekly candle close strength. We got monthly support, weekly, and an ABC setup. The strength now is in the right place with a high potential. So there we are. So we went looking to go short yesterday, got 20 pips off. So now I'm looking and we got a very strong daily setup from that one. Now for this one, I'm waiting for the retracement on yeah, I'm not looking for that one. We did US Canadian, we were looking to go short and the market came down, so went through. So this is the pip buffer. They need to come down the pips, and then after that, just didn't bother anymore. Once the market breaks above, instead of that, the EA will looking and again at next ABC. So that's how sometime we will be safe from these entries over there. The dollar is just rocking up with a very, very strong monthly. Now, if we look in the strategy number three, look what the monthly retracement did, weekly trend line, daily breakout, and that much beautiful. Otherwise, the first week up, which is here, and unfortunately, there was and then the same way. Once the week is there, if we don't want to, let's say we missed a break, you come to the beginning of the week, then the only thing you can set up the E8 to come to the touch levels and goes through that direction over there. Well, if the dollar is going up, what happened with gold? So that's the big question, isn't it? They have to always be opposite, and that's exactly what happened with gold. Now I cloned this line over there, and that's dead. Now we look in the previous the monthly finish with a it fails to go above the monthly high, so it has another week, and we got a weekly down, and we got an ABC set up in gold. And so I got the hedging strategy, which it breaks over here or comes back over there. Either way, that's my stop loss. That's was actually my before any EA come. That was the original way of sort of setting up trades. It was for me. There was no other way to do it. Okay, so yeah, so that's quite cool. Oil, we got at a buy from there, so the stop loss is in a very small risk. We got the strike number one, which is the weekly trend line, daily breakout, and some kind of support. That's a beautiful setup over there. We finish now in July with a sort of strong tail, so we'll see what happens from there. Okay. S&P 500, finally, they listened to the line that we put it over there, and it's gonna be quite interesting. What the S&P 500 will do here is, last night, I don't know what caused that one there. Maybe the wall they tried to build Donald Trump, or what happened. Anyone had any idea what happened here? Um, yeah. So anyway, so we try what we see, weekly trend line, daily breakout, and that's it. For some reason, someone has control of my course. All right. So there we are. Australian 200, it took the profit from there. Nice run. I don't see any shortage at the moment from here. So I don't have the stride number one, I don't have the stride number two, and I don't have the stride number three. So if I look into do that, just let it that one run and see what happened from there. Dash, we did have yesterday. That's kind of set up. So here I decide whether I'm trading there or the pullback. So the pullback got it, and the number three, which was the weekly retracement on two weekly down, one up, and there we are. So on the monthly, we had a quite incredible, whole historical golden candle come over there, it come touch over there, and the last run it was quite significant over there. So yeah, so what we got right now is this, and that's what we need to focus at the end of the day. So strategy number three, I hope so you already know by hand now. Maybe I will do a test Monday and ask you for it. UK 100 and the monthly looks quite bullish everything, but the monthly has finished with a wick over there. This is amazing how the big hedge fund managers are looking um, this incredible level. So we got an amazing weekly. It's about to finish, but I don't have any entry points whatsoever so far. So maybe for the next week it will be interesting whether we're using the strategy number one, two, or I don't think so. The three will be there in place. The Japanese, we got their strategy number one, which is the weekly trend line daily breakout. And we did have actually as well the strategy number three in the monthly as the market pulled back over there. So that was, if we're looking to go short over there, whether we're waiting for the weekly candle close or we're waiting for the weekly trend line breakout, that's the one. So that it is. So the sell got it. And now this one can go. I cannot do Fibonacci targets here. Don't know. I don't know. Maybe here, but yeah, that's a big day down. And finally, we got it now. The cryptocurrency war. So I already bought it. I don't try it anymore. I just looked up for. Like I said, I bought the physical Bitcoin a week ago. So that is now the good news where we are at the moment. And so we got the strike number one, which is the weekly trend lines daily breakout. And look where we are finished July. So that's August is going to be very interesting because this could be the first wave or the second wave, and it's about to hit the third wave of this one, which is going to be tremendous. So whatever you do, if you got to spare money around, get some bitcoins around, um, and just leave it there. You can buy with a $50, $20 Bitcoin, whatever it is. Ethereum is sort of kind of the same thing. The dungeon has changed the color. Everything looks to me are ready to rock up, resistance support. So that's exactly where we want it. So in this retracement, over there, we can see now what is happening. Same with Litecoin, beautiful pullback, nice level of support, weekly trend lines, daily breakout, very strong, and that's it. From that point, now we can just look into this. So yeah, just find out where you can buy this. Cointree is a good place. It's an Australian ASIC regulated broker. I don't know if you heard about that, but yeah, you can just sign up there and purchase. I think it's a Westpac Bank that you do that. If you need a link, I have a referral link as well with Cointree. They're based in Melbourne at the end of the day, but all right. Okay, so people have said thank you, Richard, for that. So Richard, I sent you two emails. So I hope you send me um, the request I said. After the webinar, I have a friend from Canada that I need to log in there, and after that, I give you a call so we can log in. I have a few questions to do. So, do you okay, Richard? All right, so what a week we have in so just reviewed it again and again about this. So we got the monthly, we got the weekly, and we got the daily. So what is our jobs to do once a month? All right, so that's very important. Now, we say that when the market is going up, we need to keep always our lines on the bottom of the market. When the market is coming down, we need to keep the lines in the top. That is actually the first job we need to do in any time frame that we do. So for example, in this one, if the market is going up, we need to keep those lines over there. Now it's gonna play around at the moment, this one. Um, so the market is going up. Every line that incline like this one, it will make there. Um, the market is coming down. We keep this line over here. So that's one of the first kind of job. Now this thing just doesn't want to. Yeah, it's always when TeamViewer comes into place. This tool. Remember this tool um, fail every time we play with the TeamViewer here. Look at that. Now this one is disconnected. Clone. Okay, let's see if that one works. So monthly trend lines always is gonna be very good for what? Because one day you're gonna have that one there. How beautiful is that? The market's coming down. You want a turning point. You're looking for those moments over there. Then we can see whether we want to apply the strike number one, two, or three. But any of these is when things are running quite beautiful. So our first job, like I said, normally keep your lines always in place, neat and clean. And from those points, the weekly always gonna work. Now, do not try to combine, sort of this kind of lines. Sometimes could be a bit messy because you're dipping inside the big moves. um, Make look always something that it makes sense into that, and that's always is going to be the case with it. So once now we finish the month, so we might need to look for some lines on here as you draw the market like that, and that is actually can given us whether this is going to be a good break or no. We just don't know, but this is very simple, that once a month you just keep your lines in that, and once a month you just keep your lines quite neat and clean, so you know where you are. And when the market breaks from those levels, oh my goodness, this is incredible. um, you can have nice momentous breakouts from those. All right. So yeah, that's a good way of looking, especially when we have good breaks in there. So strategy number one, as we're looking on the weekly, what we've been saying in here is that um sorry, strategy number that's strategy number three is still in that. So strategy number three, let's look at from that. So this is the setups that I'm looking for this one. Something that is already has break, that the line is pulling back over there, and this on the daily, what I'm waiting is for a good daily index meter date, and that it is the market shot. If we miss that opportunity, that's the new week. You see, this is when you're gonna be looking the index meter trade against the weekly index meter, because the weekly index meter possible will tell us to look for sure. But because we know where we're looking, we know where the market is already running. So what this one will help us to identify is just the golden candle touch. We're waiting for a good date, and there you are. 340 pips and you run. So until here, we continue looking for another buy over there. I like this. This is when now I believe, that the stride number 3 will complement a lot of what we do. And, it's just going to be good, nice entries over there. And even in this bar over there, I will still looking to go long because this is what the strategy number 3 is telling me. So let's see here, and maybe, we got one loss over there. But how many winners have we have? Would you complain about it? No at all, isn't it? So there it is. Then over there, what do we have now? We have a strategy number 2. Why? Because the weekly candle close has an ABC, and there it is, another nice 430 pips. So these 3 strategies will not tell the market what to do. It will just showing us the market, what the market is doing. All right. Is anybody happy with it? Can anyone complain about it? No. And that's it. And the same thing. Always keep your limes as and this is, we forgot about the strike number 1 as well, which is whenever the market is there. Like I say, when it's too stiff, just try to be careful. But if we're looking over here, what a beautiful setup we have over there. So that, which strategy is now that one there? Is that 1, 2, or 3? Who can recognize that strategies by now? No one? Strategy number 1, the weekly trend line. Yep. Strategy number 1, weekly trend lines. 1, Rita say. What about strategy number 2? Because we got an ABC with a weekly strength. Remember, this is actually my original line over there, and that could be maybe the strategy number 1 somewhere there. Because now we got the weekly trend lines, daily breakout, we got monthly support and everything over there. But when we come over there, now we got the strategy number 2. Listen, so we pass the 1, we come here to the 2, and that's where we're going. And from there we are. Entry. Look here, the benefit of that, when we find these nice strategies at the beginning, at the bottom of here, you can really put nice stop losses. Got the target. You didn't go the top, the bottom, but you got somewhere over there, and that is good enough for everyone, I believe so. And so once this one is running, if you miss that one there, we need to be patient to wait for what? For strategy number 3 to come in place, isn't it? And that is the time, the first day up, there we are. And the same thing, just come over here, put the line over there, and there we are. And we got there. And then if you miss that one too, because you're being busy watching TV, that's the next opportunity over there. Don't you agree? And here the run didn't go as expected. By that time you can get 50 pips if you want to, and that it is. Then until that, I will continue looking for the direction that is retraced. Now, when I see something as well, the market is having problem from there, you need to get the targets from here. You can, there is no Fibonacci that we can do over there. This something is going wrong over there, isn't it? But still working, quite nice and relaxing over there. Now we're looking there, and by that time we can see the market has some issues with that one there. Instead of that, we can see that these 2 weekly formations, we got an A, B, C, and that was the run of the market over there. Now the market is, if we're looking over there, uh, let's see, with the trend lines and everything. My trend line, my original line would be somewhere there. So that's my weekly trend line. And get that one off. Weekly trend lines, daily breakouts, and I don't know what the index meter would tell. So that's strategy number one. Once the market passed that level, this is strategy number two, and there it is. Now, once the market comes back and does this, maybe I don't know that one. Now we can recognize that this strategy has changed from there, and we are in a perfect scenario to look for shorts from there, isn't it? So let's see here. We got one loss. Next one. There we are. And once we are in those levels, we just do this one, and we can have targets over there, and or otherwise trailing the stop over there, trailing stop, and let that one run. So the three strategies will help us to really look the market. Now the main thing is we're looking here on the weekly time frame. All right, so make sure that you know you know moving from that, we're looking from there. So once a week, what we need to do is just draw our trend lines over there, and that's it. So make sure you got the lines, you got the support, you got everything, and then when the market reacts over here, um, and that's what the daily index meter would point us to these nice levels. And we don't know that this is going to be running whatever. We got that kind of there, by that time you're on a break even. But as we continue just looking once a week, is just drawing you lines over there. Let's see here. The market breaks over there. I'm looking for a strategy number three. That's fine. There's no problem at all. But do we have here any bullish candle through there? No at all, isn't it? So that is helping us to understand that now possible here we got the first trade possible is the strategy number one, and that it is a break. Okay, so yeah, so now as I said to you before, all the Canadian crosses are that silly sometime over here, and yeah, you got to be a bit careful. But like I said, uh, I don't like sometimes to draw lines in these big candles like that. I like when things are squeezing, when are very nice, and sort of kind of make sense when you draw lines like these ones. So that's the beauty of playing with your lines, so from here that now if we are a bit afraid of trading that one there, that's fine. I would understand. I would be too. We can wait for the pullback a day up like that, and suddenly right there market moves. So it's a few ways to really doing, and yeah. So keep the lines. Make sure that when you draw these lines like this one once a week, makes sense. And the only way to do is by drawing the lines. All right. Without that, things will not happen. So you see at the beginning of the week, what a beautiful candle. You could have said, "Oh, I'm going long over there," but you got that trend line in place, plus as well previous support, previous resistance could be over there. And this is when the daily index meter plays the important plane over there, right over here. Okay, so one thing that we don't have to do is fall in love with the currencies or what we think the market will do. We just need to play the game they present us to us. All right. Now, knowing that here, this is before the week finish, we are trading against what we see the previous break over there. We need to get, you see, the previous target. So whenever we see support resistance, it has to be the market coming, to because we're trading against the trend over there. But by always keeping just once a week, just draw your lines. Don't ask Jeff about it. There we are. All right, my friends, it's 45 minutes. Thank you very much for today. Okay, for the Kojo, I have some a trade come a painted right now, so I need to get it with him. And after he leave home, I'll contact you. Maybe it will be in 10, 15 minutes. All right. With everyone else, we see you tomorrow, same time, same place. Cheers and bye.